In this video, I'm going to talk about the parallels between Brave New World and current day society. Brave New World is a dystopian novel written by Aldous Huxley in the year 1931 and published in the year 1932. Brave New World is a novel about a society in which the government has scientifically created the entire population and has breeded them to live, work, and breathe in a certain way, along with indoctrinating them to believe a certain way and think certain things and not question society. The first parallel I'm going to make is the parallel between the use of soma and the use of marijuana. In the story Brave New World, citizens of the futuristic society use a drug-like substance called soma in order to escape reality and be happy in the messed up world that they live in. We see the main character, Lenina, constantly taking soma because she's afraid of the things she sees in everyday life. She uses this as an escape to be happy and to be in a good place. Bernard, on the other hand, tries not to take soma because he wants to feel the pain of reality. He wants to be angry. He wants to see the world the way it really is instead of seeing it the way that the government wants him to see it. In the end, when he does take soma, he's no longer angry at the world and is instead happy and serene. The drug soma not only takes away people's pain, but it takes away their ability to make rational decisions in real time. In current day society, the use of drugs, specifically marijuana, has become normalized in many places of the world. When used recreationally, marijuana has become a way for people to have fun in a group setting or a way to escape one's emotions. Even though we see it used recreationally, it has also been found to have many health benefits. For people with cancer, studies have shown that it can reduce pain and nausea caused by chemotherapy, as well as increasing one's appetite, which is generally lost during the chemotherapy process. It can also help people who suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. It can help them by reducing the feelings of anxiety or fear that happen when people with PTSD experience a trigger, which is an event that reminds them of the traumatic event that they have experienced. The next thing that I'm going to parallel is the talk of freedom. In Brave New World, we hear a conversation between Lenina and Bernard about freedom and whether or not they are truly free. Lenina believes that they are free because they are given everything they need to be happy and carefree. In this case, she's talking about the freedom to take soma and to have the pleasure of sex whenever they please. In Brave New World, there's no stigma about having sex with one partner. They can have it with anyone, and she believes that having the freedom to be happy and have pleasure is freedom. Bernard argues that they live in a not truly free society because the government is controlling what they do for a living, how they live, and honestly the society as a whole. Bernard believes that they aren't free because of the government's control over them and because of the specific things that they have to do and how they are indoctrinated into society. In the United States, in current day, we also struggle with the question of freedom. Are we really free? We're technically free, but does that mean we really are? We are granted certain rights from the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. We are all granted the freedom of speech, the right to bear arms, the right to fair trial, and many other things. Although these freedoms are guaranteed to every person living in the United States, do they really make us free? Yes, people can say whatever they please, but that does not mean there are no consequences to what they say. Some people's right to freedom is taken away when they are threatened by another party. Americans have the right to bear arms, but they do not have the freedom to shoot whomever they please. There are consequences when laws are broken. Americans are granted freedoms, but they are also restricted by law. So in the end, is anyone really free? Brave New World, even though it was written in the 1930s, very similarly parallels the world we live in today. It's interesting to think that something that was written so long ago can predict what is happening in our future. It can predict the use of drugs and how prominent that is in our everyday life, as well as predicting our thoughts with freedoms. Thank you for listening.